Now, your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
It's a beautiful start to the morning. We have temperature of 66 degrees, and we are headed to a lovely day today. A dew point value coming in at 58. North-northwest wind at 6. Mix of sun and a few starry skies and a few fair weather clouds out there. So we start off the morning at about 66 degrees through about 7 o'clock. It'll be mostly sunny and dry through the morning and into the afternoon with 70 degrees by 12 noon. By 3 p.m., again, full wall-to-wall sunshine, I suspect, with a temperature of about 79. A few fair weather clouds, mostly in inland areas, I think, as we develop a more southwesterly wind. But along the coast should be sunny. And as we head into the evening hours, sunset looks great. It should be absolutely beautiful out there with a nice clean sky. As far as our temperatures go, once again today, they'll be similar to yesterday, coming in not too warm, around the 80-degree mark, maybe a little cooler. And that's, again, a couple of degrees below the average for this time of year. A few fair weather clouds are possible at times, as I mentioned, but nothing that's going to produce any rainfall today. However, as winds start to shift to a more southwesterly direction a little bit later in the evening, you could build a few inland clouds, and there might be toward the interior of the state an isolated shower, but that would be about it. Tomorrow, I think, we'll start to cloud up just a little bit as a frontal boundary begins to approach. Once that front comes through, our winds will start to shift to a more northwesterly direction, and again, dry air will filter in. And once that drier air filters in and establishes itself on the sun coast, the weekend looks like it's going to be just great. So, one little brief period of rainfall perhaps tomorrow, and the rain chance is really not all that great, followed by clearing. The reason the rain chance is not all that great is because we have such dry air in place. Take a look at the water vapor imagery. Again, very instructive again today, with this dry air indicated by tan colorizations at the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. The air has a very brief period of time, the atmosphere does, to moisten. And that will only take place in about a 12-hour period before this frontal boundary approaches the region. So it's going to be plowing into an area that has a lot of dry air in it, and consequently, you're not going to get much out of it. Not much in the way of rainfall at all. This area of disturbed weather, located just a little bit further to the north in the Gulf waters, is producing a fair amount of rainfall. And that will gradually drift toward the Atlanta airport, and that's why I said they could suffer some delays there because of thunderstorm activity a little later this afternoon and into the evening before that front moves on past. As high pressure moves into the Atlantic in advance of this approaching front, we start to develop a more southerly wind flow, and that will increase our moisture tomorrow. You'll notice a little bit more surface humidity tomorrow than we are going to see today. The front, though, comes through in a pretty tame fashion, and after it's passed, you know, a pretty nice weekend in store for us. We will notice next week the temperatures start to increase just a little bit. The next front stays north of us. I don't think it's really going to impact us all that much, and we're left with a period of sunny skies and a lot of time for the atmosphere to modify and get warmer, and that's exactly what will happen. West wind this afternoon becoming southwest this evening through the nighttime hours at about 10 knots. Boaters, that means you'll have a light chop with about 2-foot seas. And the forecast for you this upcoming 7 days doesn't look too bad. Today, nice, 79 degrees. Tomorrow, we cloud up a little bit. We get that 30% chance of a shower, and I think the timing of those will probably be in the afternoon and into the early evening, then clearing out pretty quickly thereafter. Followed by a great weekend with temperatures near the 80-degree mark on Saturday, but warmer on Sunday, and that will be the beginning of a prolonged period of temperatures that will be warmer than we have seen for a couple of days. They'll be back up into the mid-80s, even some interior sections seeing upper 80s.